Hi guys, I'm Kevin Evangelista
and Sophie Mapua of BrenPro TV, and welcome to Cyberzone's PC Masters 2021, presented by ASUS.
So this is a new series that we developed to help you guys in the process of building your own PC. From picking which parts to get, explaining what each part does, building the rig, and even testing it afterwards.
For our fourth and final episode, we are going all out. This is the Do-All PC, ready to take on your heaviest content creation, streaming, and AAA gaming needs. And back to help us build this PC, we've got here again Mr. Alvin Pacheco from Pinoy Enthusiasts.
Yeah, this is it, the last build. The last build for the
series. It's so big, in fact, that our case, which is here, which is the ROG Strix Helios, doesn't fit on the table.
Yes.
Usually you have the case.
It needs its separate, table and
yeah, it needs its own table. So before we start building this monster of a PC, we still always have to ask the question: why would you want to purchase these kinds of things and build your own PC? We know that the majority of the population is stuck indoors because of the current pandemic, and due to us wanting to stay entertained with media and games, and also needing to work from home, building your own PC is a fantastic way to fulfill those two activities and maximize your performance per peso.
Building your own PCs offers lots of advantages over buying pre-built desktops or laptops. But the major one is customization. You're buying every part separately to build yourself, so you can fine-tune your PC to be hugely useful for you. Need your PC for photo and video editing? Slap a strong CPU and lots of RAM to blaze through Photoshop and Premiere Pro. Want to game at full graphics settings? Get a beefy GPU. And if you want to do all of those on extended periods of time, water cool it.
There are literally thousands of options and choices in building your own PC. And with this guide, we're going to inform you about every step that you need to do to make the best choices.
So the target of this PC is to be an awesome content creation, streaming, and AAA gaming PC. With the budget that we were allowed, we spec'd out a rig that'll rock your socks off. A PC that'll keep you entertained until the whole world moves on from this pandemic. For the CPU, we went with the Intel Core i7-11700K. This is an octa-core CPU that splits off into 16 threads. It has a base frequency of 3.6 GHz with a max turbo of 5 GHz. It will blaze through not only our games, but also our streaming and editing programs. Plus, it's a K model, meaning it's overclockable. So if we ever want to squeeze out more performance from it down the line, that's a possibility. Another thing that'll extend the viability of overclocking this processor is our ROG Strix LC2 280 ARGB liquid cooler. This is way bigger than the previous AIO that we've used from TUF, and it'll allow us to push our CPU even further. For memory, we've got 32 gigs of the T-Force Delta RGB split into 4x8 gig sticks. Yes, we'll be filling out all the slots in our motherboard with memory. Speaking of motherboard, we've got the ROG Strix Z590E Gaming Wi-Fi. It's got features that's specifically made to help with overclocking, it's got high-performance networking, and it looks super cool. And it's got AI controls all throughout, which means it has two-way AI noise cancellation, so that's an AI noise cancelling mic, plus active noise cancelling features for your headset, AI overclocking and AI cooling, which automatically profiles your CPU and cooling system to predict optimal voltage and frequency settings, and even AI networking, so it optimizes your network settings to ensure smooth online gameplay. For our storage, we want everything to be installed on the Seagate FireCuda 520 1TB for those super fast PCIe load times. Everything else goes into the Seagate Barracuda 4TB hard drive. Stream records, videos to edit, archive footage. It's all going in there. For graphics, we went with the ROG Strix RTX 3070. Yes, it's not like the super flagship card, but those would have blown our budget out of proportion because of the crazy chip shortage resale prices nowadays. The Strix RTX 3070 won't kill your wallet outright, and it will handle 1440p to 4K high refresh rate gaming like a champ, especially once it's hooked up to our ROG Strix XG279Q gaming monitor. It's a 27-inch 1440p IPS gaming monitor with an ultra-fast 170Hz refresh rate. It's designed for professional gamers and immersive gameplay. It's got ELMB sync technology that eliminates ghosting and tearing for sharp gaming visuals with high refresh rates. All of our parts will be housed in the awesome ROG Strix Helios case with the ROG Strix 750G power supply. This is a spacious case that allows a ton of airflow for all of our parts, looks badass, and has RGB everywhere. The PSU is also more than enough for everything that we're running. In previous episodes, I've always mentioned that we put in a higher rated than what our builds need in case we need to upgrade. Well, in this case, this is the PC that we're expecting you to upgrade to. And even our peripherals get an upgrade. Instead of going with the tried and true tough set that we've been running since episode 1, now we've got the upgraded versions. We've got the ROG Claymore 2 keyboard with its ROG RX optical mechanical switches. Then we've got the super light ROG Gladius 3 wireless mouse. This is built for esports, so it's sure to give us the mousing performance that we need. Both of those will be resting on the new ROG Scabbard 2 extended mousepad, and for our audio, we've got the ROG Strix Go Core. And of course, we can't be building a PC like this and have our programs update slow and our games disconnect in the middle of sweaty matches. So we've also got the ROG Rapture GT AX 11000 here to make sure our connection is strong, stable, and lightning fast.
So actually, before we start, we need a screwdriver again. So where's our screwdriver? There you go. We can also use a multi-set of screwdrivers if we're gonna, unscrew different kinds of screws. We also need the anti-static wrist wrap, but if you don't have that, you can ground yourself by touching anything metal that's attached to the ground. There you go.
Tap the metal frame of the table.
And that's everything.
That's everything. No tray.
No tray. Everything is ROG. So for this one, we're gonna use the i7 11700K. Don't have a box, but here we go. We have the processor over here and the ROG Z590E Strix motherboard.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Look at that overhead camera. Doesn't even think. Even the serial number sticker is pink.
Right, so again, we're gonna install the CPU. Come on, Sophie, you know the drill.
Yep.
Gonna do everything for this episode, right?
Yup.
Just
Sure.
gonna sit here, watch.
Sure. So like this?
Except the screen ones.
Yeah, except the server wants to see all secure.
Then. So just
Yeah, go. Push it. And lock it in. There you go. Alright, so that's the CPU. We're now gonna use the T-Force Delta RGB. So a total of
32. Alright.
So it's easier if you have 4.
That's what I already opened up.
Another. There you go.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Another one.
Terrifying.
Motherboard alone. This costs around what? 60?
I don't want to know.
No, not 16. It's like 18.
No, stop.
18.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
80.
it's like 18. Let me just say, I'm super excited to see this thing like turn on.
Turned on.
I hope it does.
Yeah, there's no RGB RAM. It's like
Yeah.
4 slots of RGB. Pretty much.
Okay.
Audible sigh from one of our videographers. It's good.
Good.
Next, we're gonna use the Blazing Fast fire-cooled 510 SSD from Seagate. I actually reviewed this
Ooh. How is it?
SSD. It's very nice.
It's
nice.
crazy.
It's actually the fastest M.2 NVMe SSD I've reviewed so far in the channel. We're gonna use the first M.2 slot for this one. So
Should I do that?
yeah, unscrew the first one. Fresh from the pack, guys.
You don't have to pressure Sophie anymore. It just
Oh,
goes
this
in
one's
there.
like attached.
Yeah, because it lights up.
So do I just like...
And just set it aside, yeah.
Okay.
And make sure we remove the thermal pad, the plastic first.
So it has thermal pads on both sides.
Yeah. Unlike other motherboards that we've used on the previous episode, this has thermal pads at the bottom and at the top for our SSD.
M.2 SSD there. You'll see that quite considerably. That's fine.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. Now close it up.
I'm scared of light.
If it locks, right, there you go. So right, I think we're done with the motherboard. We can now move on to the hardest part of this build.
This part of this build.
Case and the power
Right.
supply and the pre-routing of cables. Alright. So strong boy Kevin Evangelista, come on, let's go.
Oh my god, it's so heavy!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh yeah!
It's a
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Where's our baby PC? I want to compare it with it.
Please
There
bring
you go. Comparison. This is the build we
This
previously
is the
made.
work from home build.
Oh my. Look at that.
Wow.
You can probably put it inside the Helios and it's
Hello,
pretty
Daddy.
well. Hello, Daddy.
And this case has included 3, not 120, 140 millimeter fans.
That's why we went for a 140.
Look at Sophie. She wants to remove the dust cover already. But this one is not the wobble type.
No.
This is the hard tray type.
Oh.
Alright, this can be removed.
Yeah,
Because
these are the handles.
these are the handles. And we actually need to remove these
Yeah.
in order to access the front or top or multiple
Before
USB
the
type
video
A,
seats
a type C, audio ports, reset button, low and high, fan, LED indicators. We also have LED or for the RGB control. So slot Vio over there.
Alright,
Wow.
you want me to open it up?
Alright, let's remove all the tempered glass first.
Let's remove all the
This is
tempered
very
glass first.
scary.
Okay, so you just press here,
Alright.
then it just breaks off.
We're gonna show it in the B-roll, guys, don't worry.
And you just lift it.
There you
And
go.
I'm gonna put it inside the case.
Remove the other side panel. Tablet. As you can see, guys, this is the back part, but it looks like the front part.
That's like a front part for some.
So this is acrylic, guys. It's not tempered glass, but it's the one who's hiding your cables. So I think we can also remove this, right?
Those are full of.
Oh wow.
Just in case.
Like a door. Another dimension.
Like a package group. Okay.
Wow.
We can remove this right here.
Wow. There's also a integrated GPU holder for our
bracket.
anti-sagging bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. We have a shroud for the cables.
Let's build this. I want to see it like
We're
light
gonna
up.
be right back, Sophie. So enjoy.
So yeah,
Huh?
you got this, right? You got this.
Ah, good one. Good one.
GG,
Good
right?
one.
Alright. Since this is a very, very big case, this offers a lot of like airflow options, like we've mentioned before. Especially when it comes to like the fans and the fan placements. Even the 140mm fans on this case, the case is big enough to allow you to really adjust the fans according to how you want them placed. So here, the 140mm fan at the back, you can actually slide it up and down. Depends on how big your motherboard is. The upper bracket for fans also aren't like holes, they're like rails like that. So you can actually move your fans around or move your radiator around according to how big your motherboard is or the configuration of your motherboard is. So you're never going to experience the problem that we had back in episode 3, where we put in the GeForce Nighthawk, which was a very tall and very wide RAM stick. And when we tried to install like the radiator at the top, it wouldn't fit. So here, it's gonna be a non-issue because not only is the case like really deep, that it has like a lot of depth to it. You can also like super customize it to however you want.
Anyway, speaking of annoying, the power supply is not annoying. It's now a modular power supply. So for this one, we're gonna pick the cables that we're gonna use. So it's the SATA power, the CPU, PCIe. What else? We have here the 24 pin, of course, for our motherboard. There you go. Then we're gonna insert it in our PSU. Then we're gonna mount it inside. All right, guys. This is now the pre-routed case. We already inserted the cables and inserted the HDD also. So in order for us to install the hard drive, we actually removed this shroud in front of this case. It's actually removable. All you have to do is just remove the screws. But right now we're gonna set it back because we already mounted our Seagate HDD. There you go. Cable is
Locks like that. There you go.
so anyway, we already put the shroud back. Now I think it's time for the water cooling. So for this one, we're gonna use a much larger water cooling than our previous episodes because this is a 380 water cooling.
It's a 280.
280. The previous one we used is a 240. Now this is kind of similar with the 240, but a little bit thicker. That's why it's 280.
It's a little bit longer and thicker because it's instead of working with 120 millimeter fans, this is made for 140 millimeter fans. So yeah, it can push way more water and it can push way more air through the radiator. So yeah, it generally runs cooler and it's made for like hotter processors.
What's the advantage of having a longer and thicker radiator that can move more water?
More water. So it does a lot of things. One, it's much more stable temperature-wise because a much higher volume of water will be passing through the pump and through the radiator. So it's kind of getting saturated by a lot of colder air for a longer period of time because it has to travel like farther distances. Second is, of course, it's going to be colder because it's going to be cooled by bigger fans. So instead of 120 millimeter fans, it's going to be cooled by 140 millimeter fans. So there's kind of this, what do you call this? The temperature resistance area. So if you're running like 120 millimeter AIO or like a 140 millimeter AIO.
That's like the single radiator.
Yeah, like a single rad
fan
or dual 120 rad. There's this like temperature resistance area where you idle at 32, but it takes a lot more CPU power to push it past like 32. So this is not gonna be like lower than 32, but it's gonna take way more power from the CPU to push past 32, something like that.
This is the shroud that I'm talking about. It has an integrated GPU holder or anti-sagging bracket. So I just removed that so I can easily connect the pre-routed cables that I've mentioned earlier. So we're gonna go back to our motherboard.
Yeah.
Kinda doesn't sound good, but it's good. Let's go like this. Everything's easy peasy. Now I'm gonna screw this now. Alright, so I already pre-routed the cables and installed it into our motherboard. Look, that looks nice. And everything looks so clean because it's very spacious.
Yeah, it looks like you have all the space in the world.
I didn't even put an effort to the cable management, but well, it's already.
Let's install another PC here. Alright.
So for this one, Kevs, I didn't connect the front panel IO connectors.
Front panel IO
Because now is the moment of truth. But your previous record is actually 46 seconds and 98.
Alright.
Right? 46 seconds.
You're gonna test me again like this?
We need you to beat your own personal record.
Alright.
Alright? Are you ready?
Alright.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright.
And are you ready to see the results?
Yeah.
So your,
Sub 20.
no? Your previous record is 49. What is 46.98?
46.98.
46.98. And for the final build, this is the fourth build of this series, the fourth ROG build. We managed to complete the front I/O panel connectors in just 35 seconds.
35 seconds!
72.
Yeah. High score.
New high score.
Yeah, look at me, mama.
There you go.
I'm doing something. I'm improving at something.
Like every time you do it, minus 10, minus 30
Minus 10.
seconds. Alright, I'm gonna draw another 1% bicep over there. So we're gonna put the bracket again. So we're gonna use the Intel bracket. This is an Intel build. Kevs, I'm gonna put it there. I'm gonna reach out the back. And there we go. Na-install na natin yung ating water cooling. It's actually kind of hard because it's a pretty large case. But when in terms of cable management, as you can see in the bureau right now, everything's so smooth.
Yeah.
Like you can just strap all the cables in, and the amount of space this case has, no problem for cable management. So as you can see here at the front, looks very clean.
Super clean.
And if I'm gonna turn it for the back part, it's also very clean.
Yeah, this case kind of forces you to have like good cable management skills, because as you saw earlier, even the back is tempered glass.
Yes.
But thankfully, they include this kind of like tinted
Cover.
acrylic shroud. So even if you still do get a bit messy, kind of
Hide it away.
cover it up.
Yeah. So I think for the last part, we're gonna install our GPU. So for this one, we already mounted the AIO, the pump, like the RAMs and everything. So as you can see, well, we need the the GPU. So let me remove the screws over here. Kevs can unbox this while I'm removing the screws.
And a grand total of 2 laptops. And there it is.
Wow.
The card is really heavy. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. And it's got a lot of plastic on it. So Sophie's gonna undress this card.
Look at this. Metal thingy.
Oh,
I
it's
summon
this.
you!
It's this.
ROG Strix.
I'm gonna use this for my Yu-Gi-Oh battles.
Do I have to carry it?
Yeah, you have to carry. You have to hold it.
No.
It's kind of heavy.
Oh! Why would you make me hold it?
There you go.
Okay, there you go. I don't want to carry this anymore, man.
I think there's also one at the sides.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Almost like drop the card.
She almost removed the film without showing it. Oh, good. So I think this is gonna look nice because this RGB, right? This
Yeah.
part.
It's
Oh,
a full bar of RGB.
this is my first time handling this 3070 from ASUS. I've handled so many 3070s on our channel, but this one looks good.
So disappointed in you. This is going on.
Alright,
Daughter, I am disappointed.
so last time I'm the one who pushed the card in. You
No.
did that.
Oh, for the final episode.
For the final
Sophie.
episode,
Okay,
Sophie
if I
going
break
for
it.
it's only worth 80,000.
Wait, I have to push?
Yep, push it. It's already aligned in the PCI case.
Is that it?
Ooh,
When I-
that's just
Is that it?
All done. Need to cover it up again and insert the dual 8-pin for our GPU.
Use the anti-sagging bracket. Wow!
Yes, again.
Wow!
So yeah, all good. We need to wrap this up in order for us to test if it's
it's gonna blow up.
Oh no.
ta-da!
Sophie, will you do yours?
Oh, the light turned on.
It already looks like.
Ooh, look at that. That looks really
Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Look at the RAM. It's
Wow.
all changing colors like in sync or in like cascading order.
That's beautiful.
Is there also one in the front, right?
Yeah, there's also one in the front. Okay. So that's how you like secure the side panel.
Sent me so we can put it like that.
Stop. Don't even try.
Yeah, look at that. So it's not what do you call that? Like the blurry glass kind of thing. That's gonna wreak havoc on our mic. Look at that, that's
Oh,
a beautiful
wow.
PC.
It's very transparent.
It's very transparent.
What about this? Do you take this off?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's done. The ROG Helios build with the 3070, with the i7, Z590 motherboard, memories for a total of 32 gigs,
30 gigs.
and the water-cooled LC280. And we're gonna put the belt back. Or
The handles.
the handle.
I'm not gonna cry.
So baby! Parang nakagraduate na yung anak mo.
But yeah, how does it feel, Sophie, that by this time, by episode 4, you've done like most of the work?
No, naman.
Alvin did most of the like heavy lifting,
Yes,
but
he
like
did.
you also did like big parts, like or you wouldn't have tried
Yeah.
yourself. How was the experience?
I think I am for sure like a million times like more confident now in building a PC. I think. Yeah, I think when I get home, I really think about it. No, but not do it, but like think about cleaning my PC because like now I feel like I can disassemble it and reassemble it. Thinking about everything we've learned,
Yeah.
putting
Everything
it
we've
to
learned,
action.
like observing the
Yeah.
PC Master.
Because now, like,
2021.
when I first did it, I was like super panicking. But then, like, now after doing it, how many times? Oh, this
Oh,
goes
it's
there
not-
and that goes there,
So, if I'm gonna ask you, if you're level 1, what level are you now in terms of building a PC?
What's
Like
your-
level 1 is a noob, right?
Mhm.
So
What's level 10 like master builder?
yeah,
Yeah.
let's say level 10 is max.
Mm.
So how much experience did you
I
gain in the series?
I mean, very few people get to work with these kinds of parts.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you've worked with these kinds of parts.
I'd say maybe like 7.
7.
Because
That's
I
fair,
would
that's
still
fair.
be like uneasy when it comes to like what's the one I didn't do the tiny ones that Kevs did.
Ah, yeah, the front panel.
Yeah, I didn't do the front panel ones. So I'd probably get nervous with those, and like I still would get nervous like pushing things in and
Yeah.
doing like putting all the the coolers on top of the CPU.
Yeah.
That will still make me nervous, but besides that, I think all the motherboard stuff.
Yeah.
I can just you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just slap those in.
Yeah, you have confidence to like get it good.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are like really hard processes that PC builders like go through as they build more and more PCs in their lives. So how about you? How about you, Alvin?
Well, this is a fun,
It's a fun
experience. Like as I've built so many PCs since I started my channel and started, exploring the tech world or my hobby in tech. And also, I hope you guys, the people who are watching right now, even though this is not a full tutorial, this is like an experience.
Yeah, this is like an experience. This is like a build along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you guys learned something from our quick tips, from Sophie's, shaky
My struggles.
CPU installation, and Kev's beating his own record.
Beating my own record of installing front panel I/O connectors. But yeah, for me, this experience was more of an experience of Kevin likes dealing with expensive stuff. So this last episode was like the best for me because I haven't seen like an RTX 3070 in the flesh. So this is like the first time I'm gonna be working with it. Like just seeing how modern PCs are built now I can compare it to like when I
Yeah,
first
way back then,
built
yeah.
my own PC, way back in college, and it's just like an entirely different experience now. Everything's easier, everything's much more streamlined, and like there's a lot of like care and attention built into the parts now compared with it was like
Yeah.
10
Very fragile
years,
back then.
15 years ago. Very fragile back then and very confusing because but yeah. So this is like the end of episode 4. This is the end of our first season for PC Masters 2021. Before we let you guys go into our like sponsor spiels, we'd just like to thank everyone for watching and building along with us. If you built your PC along with us, would like to thank SM Cyberzone and ASUS Team Group, Seagate, and ROG for providing all of the parts that we're going to be or the parts that we featured in the 4-episode series for this PC Masters 2021. So yeah, if you want to build this kind of setup, just head on over to an SM mall near you and check Cyberzone. There are a lot of #TechAssured stores to go with a wide variety of products. If you need info on the latest gadgets, you can also visit www.smcyberzone.com or head on over to the SM Cyberzone social media accounts.
Yes, and when you purchase selected ASUS and ROG products to build your PC, you can get up to 5,000 pesos worth of Steam codes and other premium ROG merchandise. Click on the link in the description or scan the QR code here.
So that's it for our AAA build, which is an ROG build,
Yeah.
a large case, large GPU, large everything. Actually,
Even the power supply.
yeah, even the power supply.
Not physically large, but capacity-wise. So before we go, do you guys have any shoutouts, any thank yous you'd like to do before we end off the season?
Sophie?
Thank you to ASUS and ROG for,
Yeah.
being so good to me.
Being so good to you.
And to all of us too, Shout out to, I wouldn't call them my fans, I call them my family.
Fam.
You know what I mean?
Fam.
Yes. Shout out to my people.
How about you? Alvin?
First of all, I would like to thank you guys for inviting me here for the PC Masters 2021 by SM Cyberzone and ASUS. So if you want to check us out, you can follow us, and if you want to look for me or find out more about Pinoy Rig Enthusiast, you can do so by visiting youtube.com/Pinoy Rig Enthusiast. We do unboxing, reviews, and build guides like this. So different video cards, motherboards, gaming peripherals. We have that in our channel. If you want to be updated on the latest PC tech hardware and random stuff, you can check us out at PinoyRigEnthusiast.com. That's our website. So yeah, that's it for me. How about you, Kevs?
Alright, for me, this series was produced by BrenPro TV. BrenPro TV is like the crazy like group that does this for SM Cyberzone. And we're gonna be doing much more of these, and hopefully we can see more of Sophie and more of Alvin in the future in these
I'm looking
shows.
forward to that.
Yeah, very
Maybe
Much-
ITX builds,
like it's like shoebox builds.
like specialty builds, like
because
not the general PCs.
yeah, we're gonna be seeing more of those. So yeah, stay tuned to the SM Cyberzone pages where we have like a very close working relationship with them, and we're very thankful that they keep choosing us to do these weird stuff. But yeah, for me, the only thing I'm gonna ask is please support BrenPro TV. You can find us at facebook.com/BrenPro TV, or you can subscribe to us at YouTube, youtube.com/BrenPro TV. So yeah,
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on this video.
Yeah, also if you built a PC like along with these videos, please comment below.
Yeah,
We'd
we
like
want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see it. So alright, for the last time, we're gonna be signing off. I'm Kevin Evangelista.
And Sophie Mapua of BrenPro TV with Alvin Pacheco of Pinoy Rig Enthusiasts. This is SM Cyberzone's PC Masters 2021, presented by ASUS. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys. Bye-bye. See you on SM North EDSA.
Take
Bye-bye.
us home now.
Thank you.